Go.
Hi, Bravehearts. It's Lorraine here, and I have Debbie here from Stuart, Florida, and we are presenting the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Q&A. So if you have questions, make sure you do put them in the bottom there. And if I can't see them popping up, then I will answer them later when I come back to answer any questions that came up in there. So today we are talking more about men, and it is prostatitis. So Rafa, can you bring up the second screen there? This one. Oh, it is up. It's just showing differently. Okay, let's get going here. So what is it? It's an inflamed prostate. So the prostate is a small gland in the male reproductive system that produces fluid to carry the semen. The stats is about 10% of men will have prostatitis. Most of them will be at age 65 or older. This can lead to prostate cancer, the top malignancy in the male population. There's a few different types. I don't even know where I am. So acute bacterial, and the symptoms for that are pain in the pelvis, the groin or lower back. It can lead to discomfort in the penis and testicles, burning or discomfort when urinating, frequent urinating, blockage or being unable to urinate, weak or broken urine stream, waking waking many times at night to go to the bathroom, frequent chills, nausea, vomiting, and pain during erection. Sorry, Raph, I've just got to bring it up on my phone again because it's hard for me to see what's up there. Debbie, do you have it up on your phone?
It's in the screen, Lorraine. You can see the screen? It's in the screen. Types of.
Yeah, types of. So the next one is chronic bacterial prostatitis. This is when it's recurring, so it's happening often. So the symptoms are similar to the acute one, where it's only happening every once in a while, and maybe less severe. The next one is non-bacterial prostatitis. So inflammation in the prostate that is long-term. Symptoms, chronic pelvic pain. Inflammation has nothing to do with bacterial infection. That's what the medical system is saying. And it can be asymptomatic. So you may not even have any symptoms. And then treatment for acute bacterial, treatment would be antibiotics. For chronic bacterial would be low dose antibiotics, but it of course would be long term. If there's difficulty urinating, then sometimes they'll put some relaxation, some kind of a medication to help relax the bladder. And non-bacterial, the most common issue, will not respond to antibiotics. So they'll use other medications and for pain relief and to manage the symptoms. And for the asymptomatic ones, they have to do a blood test just to rule out prostate cancer. So here at the Docket Detox, we know that this is caused from the large intestine. So when you've got that leaky large intestine, you've got the leaky large intestine because you're not food combining well. You're not chewing your food well. You're not you may be sitting down when you are angry. Like there's a lot of reasons why what you're eating is going to start to putrefy. When the digestion transition time takes longer, then it starts to putrefy in your stomach. And when that happens, you're feeding the bad bacteria, the fungus, and the parasites. And the fungus are the worst predators. They're the ones that end up making the little holes in the large intestine so that anything going through there has the opportunity to fall into the pelvic bowl, where you create a manure pile. And that manure pile over time gets more and more and more. And as that happens, you start having irritation. So there'll be irritation of the tissues, and the prostate is right there. And then it will get inflamed. So then you get an enlarged prostate because it's sitting right in the manure pile. And then it'll get infected. And then, you could manifest things like prostate cancer. So what do you do about it? You've got to start, first of all, with looking at what you're bringing into the body. So we've got to look to see, what's your diet like? Are you taking nutraceuticals? So download the Perfect Day manual. So you can go to pdgfree.com and download that for free and start going through it and get yourself on the perfect day. The next thing you could be doing is getting yourself on some nutraceuticals. So the ones I would recommend for sure would be the daily cleansing tea. So that is going to support all of your inner organs, and it's a nice gentle cleansing on a daily basis. And it's going to start getting that large intestine moving properly, because you're probably, I would say 98% of people are constipated, but they don't even realize they're constipated, because the medical system says if you're having one bowel movement a day, you're good. But if you're eating 3 meals a day, you should be having 3 good bowel movements, because at the end of the day, the only thing your body hangs on to is the vibration or the frequency of what you brought in. So just consider how much you brought in and how much is going out. And if it's not looking about the same, you're constipated. So the daily cleansing tea. The next thing would be the black diamond. So the black Sure, the black diamond. So the black diamond works in the bloodstream and it's small enough to cross over the blood-brain barrier. And it gets rid of viruses, bad bacteria, fungus, and parasites. It balances your hormones. It balances your metabolism. It's going to help balance your weight. So if you need to lose weight, it'll help you lose weight. If you need to gain weight, it'll help you gain weight. It'll help you build muscle. And it's small enough to cross over the blood-brain barrier. So it does all that work in the brain also. It is also going to deliver micronutrients to the area. So it actually makes it so the cells can expand better and contract better. So when they expand, they bring in more nutrition, and when they contract, they push out more waste. So it's going to detoxify, nourish, and support the tissues. The next item would be the black gold. So the black gold works in the digestive tract. Deb, do you want to hop in here?
You're good. Go ahead, continue on.
So the black gold works in the digestive tract, and it is the humic acid. It is going to help get rid of viruses, bad bacteria, fungus, and parasites. It's going to grab onto 600 times its weight in heavy metals and escort them out the body. It's going to balance your hormones, balance your metabolism. It provides the good nutrition to the good microbiome in the gut, in the digestive tract. So you don't have to be taking prebiotics and probiotics, because this is going to do it for you, and it's going to support the good microbiome that you have in your digestive tract. So it's not introducing something foreign into the body. You know, in a pinch, yes, a prebiotic and a probiotic is going to help. But if you can support what you've got, it's going to flourish, and then you're going to feel so much better. It also repairs the gut lining. So you'd want to be taking that. It's kind of a sandy consistency, very fine sand. So I like to add it into my smoothie. It's easy for me to take it that way.
So I'll comment while you're drinking. Back to the normal bowel movement, where they say if you have one bowel movement a day, I've also heard even doctors say if you go once a week, and that's normal for you. But it is not. It is completely not normal. You should be having multiple bowel movements a day, and that goes for everybody. So if you are only having one bowel movement a day or even a week, you definitely need to add in the nutraceuticals and the detox tea to help move the large intestine and the bowels and everything. So,
and then when you're looking at a good bowel movement, it should be 6 or 7 inches long. When you put your index finger and your thumb together, it should be that round. It should float, not sink, and it shouldn't stink. If any of those things are happening, you're still not good enough. You need to keep taking this stuff. And actually, those 3 things, because we are living in such a toxic world, I don't go a day without it. I don't, because I know how good I feel when I'm taking these things, because I know my body cannot keep up with the toxins that are out there. So those 3 items are a must for anybody who wants to stay healthy, let alone anybody who's got a condition. The next thing would be, just hang on, there we go. You got to make sure you've got good water coming in. We need to be hydrated. If you're not hydrated, you're not going to be able to move much out. So you want to have that fluidity, right? Everything counts on fluid to be able to move. So most men need at least 4 quarts or 4 liters of structured water And women, if you're 150 pounds or less, we need 3 liters or quarts of structured water per day. The water should be warm to hot because that's going to help get rid of the mucus in the wherever it's going through. We've also got our cell power, which is hydrogenated water. And I have personally found that my bowel movements, they were good, but now they're even better since I started adding that. So, and it does a lot more than that. It actually works with every single cell in the body because now you've got more oxygen available. The structured water unit would be something that I would be looking at getting if I didn't have, because again, you're going to structure that water. You can use your tap water. You can filter it first if you want, but you don't have to because the structured water unit puts a different spin on it, so it doesn't stay in the body. It goes in one end and out the other. Anytime that you're having any problems in the body, you've got to look at your minerals. So the Beyond Ormus minerals, they are the spark of life. And we are not getting our minerals through our foods anymore. You know, our ground is depleted, the water is depleted, everything is toxic. We've got to take care of this. So the Beyond Ormus minerals, if you haven't tried them, get on them and just notice the difference. Deb, have you noticed any difference since taking them?
Yeah, I think I have a little bit more energy. I've always been pretty energetic, so I probably have a little bit more energy. And I have my animals on them also. I have Taz and Emmett, of course, and they get their nutraceuticals, they get their black diamond, they get their black gold, they get everything that I do. They also get the detox tea. So it's very important that we all take them because of the amount of toxicity that is out there. You know, we live in a different world now compared to, 50 years ago. It's just completely different. Every day we're exposed to so much. So we have to detox every day. And I can notice just the difference in my body in the last, few years of detoxing. And it's not something that happens overnight. It takes the body time. You haven't been hydrating enough. I didn't, I didn't drink as much as I should have. I can see the changes from putting in that much fluid, drinking the 3 quarts plus a day. I can see a change just in my skin and everything else. So it is so important to do these things and fit them in. And it is massive personal action because it does take a lot to get this work done. So.
Yeah. And then for men, we've got the prostate power, which, I've helped a lot of men with this exact problem. And that prostate power is an amazing thing to be adding. I've talked to a few gentlemen that were on something else that kind of helped a little bit, but not quite. All of the nutraceuticals that the DACA Detox carry is high vibrational. They don't have fillers in it. They don't have additives in it. It is what it is, and there's no downside. It's all natural. So taking the prostate power would be another thing that I would highly recommend. And on the bottle, it says 2 a day. Now that would be for someone who doesn't have any problems and doesn't want problems. But if you've got problems, you might need to be taking up to 6 a day.
And it does work. I have a client who he went on it and he gets up less in the middle of the night, and also he was having a problem with the stream, and it just increased his stream too. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Other things you can be doing, educate yourself, figure out how these beautiful bodies work. So go into the docofdetoxlibrary.com and start looking through things. I would recommend the Highway to Health. which is going to give you a great idea of how the body works. Holy Crap is all about the large intestine. Reverse the irreversible. So you can actually look up the conditions that you have and just understand what's going on there better. And then the domino effect of normal living. And normal is in quotations because it is normal because most people are doing it, but it is not normal because that's not the way to live. Not if you want to thrive. You know, if you just want to be on that tipping edge, you might be able to do it. But I don't know about you. I want to thrive. I'm not just surviving. I'm done with just surviving. I want to thrive. And of course, downloading that Perfect Day book. And if you want to take it a step further, then go to DACAdetox.com/consultation and book in with one of our master consultants. And I am one of them.
I have a client that did, she got the book. She likes to read the hard copy. And, you know, there's only so many things we can do when we're consulting people. And there's only so many hours of the day, but she has read the whole thing and she has learned so much more. It is just amazing when someone gets into that book. You'll just pick up things that you can, you know, it's just, like I said, not enough time in the day for somebody to go through it with you. So if you watch the videos in the library, if you read the book, you will pick up on so many things that will change your life. So.
Exactly. I know when I first started with Dr. Wolf, I didn't have any aches or pains, but this here, I had a lot of emotional stuff that was tucked away in the tissues. As soon as I started getting the body work done, it didn't matter where I was getting the body work done, I bruised. And I bruised usually black and blue. It wasn't just a slight bruise. And that's just how toxic my blood was, how toxic my thoughts were about this beautiful body. You know, it's amazing what happens when we can truly jump into all of this work, all 4 of the pillars, and really honor, respect, protect, forgive, trust, and totally love these beautiful bodies. So creating a perfect day for the rest of your life. And that's what we need. We need to create that perfect day, and it's baby steps in the right direction. We can, if we try to take on too much, we're going to put the brakes on and say, this doesn't work. Right?
That is true. And it also depends on how bad you're feeling and stuff. If you really want to turn your life around and something is really bothering you, you know, you can go a little bit quicker. And sometimes just 1% a day is good just to get that, you know, where you need to be. It's very hard in the societies that we live in today to make these changes. And you really have to stand your ground to say, I love myself enough that I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm going to be the different one, and I'm going to make the changes to make my body that perfect, you know, that perfect body where everything works right and we can reverse the aging process. I have done it. Just in a few years, I just feel younger. I look younger, everything. And it can be done. And you don't have to be perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I have days that I'm not perfect, but that's okay. Tomorrow I'll be perfect, and the next day I'll be perfect. And if I'm not perfect in 2 weeks or 6 months, then, you know, that's okay too. We go back to what we need to do and give the body what it needs. So that's the most important part.
Exactly. So we do, for women, we do have the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass. You can go to braveheartnation.com and check out when they are. The next one is coming up here in Calgary. And if you're in the Calgary area, I am also hosting Dr. Daryl Wolf on Sunday, this Sunday, May the 19th. You can go to braveheartnation.com to sign up for that, or you can give me a call, 403-605-9216. Again, that number, 403-605-9216. And our next pelvic restoration and disease prevention masterclass is here in Calgary also, June the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And you can contact me, or you can go to braveheartnation.com, get some more information, and sign up. Our course prices have come down about 35-40%. And if you're Canadian, you're paying in Canadian dollars. If you're US, you're paying US dollars. And if you're in Australia, you're paying Australian dollars. So we've made it as easy as possible to get people to sign up to these courses. So Deb has courses coming up in Stuart, Florida.
Yes. So in Stuart, the pelvic restoration masterclass will be on June 28th through the 30th. And along with that, we're going to also be, Dr. Wolf and Dr. Sage Wolf will be doing the whole life coach and the Wolf non-surgical. And the whole life is June 5th through the 13th. And the non-surgical is the 15th through the 26th. So it's going to be a busy month here in Stuart, Florida. And we're excited to welcome everybody, including Lorraine. And we're going to have a great time. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to learn a lot and have fun. The beaches are here. The weather's, it gets a little warm, but, we got the beach close by, a lot of sand scrubs, everything. So learning a lot, taking care of your body, and loving yourself.
And Dr. Daryl Wolf will be doing some lectures, right, for you before the class starts?
Yes, he'll be here on May 29th. And that is the first lecture, and then the day with the doc will be on June 2nd. And then we also have Dr. Sage Wolf for the non-surgical lecture will be on June 12th. And then Lorraine will be doing the pelvic restoration on June 25th. And so if everybody could please sign up on the bhnuniversity.com, you'll find there that the lectures are free. We just ask that you sign up or at least give me a call so we can plan on who's coming. And my number is 305-342-9559. And you can check it out, bhnuniversity.com.
And then after the Stuart, Florida classes, Dr. Wolf is going to be back up in Toronto with Magdalena doing another day with the doc. And I think I heard June 22nd, but I could be wrong. But go to BHN University and check it out. So if you're in the Toronto area and you want to connect with Dr. Wolf, that would be a beautiful time to do that.
On the website, it does have the places so you can actually see the locations also and get the addresses. So if anybody doesn't know where, Stuart, Florida is, or anywhere in Canada, you can find out by that.
Yeah, exactly. So for more information on the lectures or the courses, go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. Takes you to the same place. We do have to let you know that we have our healing resort in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. It is the Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo 5-star World Healing and Training Retreat. So you can go and it could be just you and your spouse. Maybe the two of you want to take some time and learn a little bit more about how to take care of these beautiful bodies. Maybe you don't even want to get any of the treatment done. You just want to learn how to support your body. That would be a place to go. And you can take advantage of the ocean and the sand scrubs and the energy medicine devices that they have there to help raise the body's vibration. like, and truly just love yourself and relax. Or maybe you've got something going on and you want to get treated there. Or maybe you're a clinic and you want to bring your teammates out to get trained. You know, all of these things are something that can be done at the Ixtapa 5-star World Healing and Training Retreat. Also know that Dr. Wolf, Dr. Sage Wolf, is willing to fly wherever you are and do the training and treatment right where you are. So if you're interested in any of that, you would call the 855 number. So it's 1-855-900-4544 and extension 5. And you can talk to Dr. Daryl Wolf, or you can call the US number on WhatsApp. Just let me see if I can find it here. I saw it was up there for a second. It is 1-469-861-9454. And that's the direct WhatsApp or US line to Dr. Daryl Wolf. And he's the guy to call. Again, we've got the courses, so the whole life coach certification, the Wolf non-surgical certification, the pelvic restoration and disease prevention for women. We haven't got one for men yet, but we've got to get some more men that are interested in learning about that. So Stuart, Florida, coming up June 5th. Coffs Harbour, Australia, coming up August the 7th. And then Ixtapa, Mexico, October the 17th. That's when the whole life coach starts. And then there's one day off. And you start the non-surgical. And then there's one day off. And you're in the pelvic restoration and disease prevention masterclass for women. And yeah, that's about it. Deb, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I just think it's important for men to, be concerned and take advantage of this information as much as women. And we want to really, get the minds expanded to understand that, it's right here and it's easy to do. It's just baby steps every day, and just doing a little change can change your life completely. Because as we all age, whether you're female or you're male, things do go wrong because we've been eating the wrong foods, we've been thinking the wrong thoughts, we've been drinking the wrong water. And there's so much that we can do to change, your life, our life, the world in general. And, it's just that we just have not been told about these things. And I know this because I've been in the medical profession for over 30 years. And I learned more from Dr. Wolf in the first class that I took in that first, 9 days. In the first day, I was like, this was the right place for me to be. And I was like, just wowed by everything that I learned. And I still learn. I keep learning today. And, people just have to wake up and just, think a little logically about some things and hopefully make the decisions that, will nourish the body and, keep the body healthy and not poison the body. I tell people, you've been poisoning your body for 50, 60 years. We don't want to poison it again, taking petroleum-based drugs, taking chemo, these things all hurt the body. So why would we want to do that when we can nourish it, put the vibration back in it? And that's where we need to go. And so hopefully we can get some guys out there and a lot of women and more men to really wake up to nourishing and putting that frequency back in the body.
Exactly. That's what we need to do, is raise the body's frequency, because if the body's frequency or vibration is high, there's nothing that's going to bring you down. So just maintaining that, right? Just doing like what Deb said, the baby steps in the right direction. I know I didn't change right away. It took me a few years, but baby steps in the right direction, and just know that, you know, you're no different than I am. You're no different than Deb is. If we can do it, so can you. You know, if we can anchor on this and make these life-changing things happen, so can you. So, you know, the first step would be downloading that Ultimate Healing Guide, The Perfect Day Lifestyle. Go to pdgfree.com and download it and start going through it. We do have our Mother's Day, a Mother of a sale still on. So you can take advantage of that. If there's any products that you were thinking of purchasing, you can go on to DocaDetox.com and click on store and see what products are on sale there. Just know that every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, there is the Doc Talk live Q&A, and that is on Doc of Detox Telegram, Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, which is X, TikTok, and Instagram. And he does take questions. And I think that's pretty much it. So we weren't able to see the questions coming up, but just know that I'm going to go in and check if there was any questions that popped up and answer them there. And we'll also bring up the questions on our next one next week, same time. So Deb is going to be with me again. I can't remember what our topic is. And what we'd like to do to end this is to say the Braveheart Oath. Deb, would you like to say it?
No, I've been traveling for like 24 hours, so I've been gone all weekend. So I'm going to let you do that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So the Braveheart Oath, when you say this, it's best if you're sitting in front of a full-length mirror and you're holding the sides of the mirror as if you're holding the most precious gift you've been given. And that's what these bodies are. You know, and then you want to look directly into your eyes, and you want to bring up as much passion and emotion as you can as you are saying these words. And I like to put one hand on my heart and say, I am loved, I am healed, I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love you. And you're looking deep into your own eyes before anything or anyone else. So help me God, because I am healed. I am Braveheart. And just know, 3, 2, 1, we've got this. We've got this. You put your heart into it, you've got it.
Thanks, Bravehearts.
He's got
Welcome back, Bravehearts.
Video going.
This video is dedicated to the true caretakers of this planet, all the Braveheart women. It is entitled, I Am Woman. Let me just say this. I know that I am not a woman, but I want to tell you what I think about women. You are beautiful. You are smart, funny, kind, and you are unique. There will never be another like you. You are love and affection. You are never too much, but always enough. You are more precious than any diamond. You are the most amazing of all God's creations. You are worth more than you could ever imagine. Your value is more precious than all the earthly things. You are powerful. You are strong. You are more than capable of doing anything and being everything. So now you must rise to take your place by taking back your feminine power. To do this, you must take massive action in finding true inner peace and totally accepting who you are from the inside out and from the outside in. This is the most priceless gift that you can give to yourself. Feminine power is creation, courage, confidence, spirit, strength, sustenance, energy, and enthusiasm and empathy. There is an old Eastern saying that when women are respected, gods make their home. Unless feminine respect is restored on this earthly plane, Earth will no longer be our home. Feminine energy must rise above masculine energy for balance to be restored on all levels. Women are not respected. Their power has been stripped from them, along with their health, from a healthcare system that does not care for women. For women to rise up, they must speak up. They must no longer shut up or be shut down. If we intend the world to wake up, to grow up, women must lead the way and return us to nature's way and universal law, leaving man-made rules behind. For 25,000 years, women embraced their feminine power, but 5,000 years ago, women's power began to be stripped away by male-dominated religious beliefs, and this brings me to today. To add fuel to the fire, men have lost their place a long time ago when they were no longer needed to protect their home against invaders or bring food home for the hunt. Look at the condition that the majority of families are in because men do not guard the home against corporations and systems that are tearing the family fabric apart on a physical, emotional, and spirit level. To this day, women are still not being respected and are being dominated by the male ego on an emotional and physical level, as you will soon see when we discuss the health care of women. Over this 5,000-year period, violence increased against women as their power was systematically taken from them, which to this day has not been restored. The male ego declared war 5,000 years ago on the power of the feminine, and it continues to this day, as we can see in politics, religion, and other man-made systems in society, such as the medical system. During this male-dominated period, myths were created and told in ways that emphasized the use of violence against women, which led to their loss of power personally and socially. The tipping point to discrediting women was the witch burnings. These women were not witches. They were the pillars of healing and nurturing for their communities. These female healers, with their spirited nature, strong connection to community, and protection of the common folk, became too popular, getting in the way of the great religious transformation. I prefer to call it the great hijacking of the spirit, of the female spirit. This so-called great transformation was nothing more than a power play of manipulation and degradation of the female population to make more room for the male ego. An example of this is, it wasn't until July 2nd of 1928 that women could even vote. And it wasn't until 1975 that a woman could open up a bank account in her own name, and a single woman still could not at this time. These man-made suppressive rules created a great cultural shift that the world has not yet recovered from. This is what happens when you break trust. And understand something, the only currency today that I believe in is trust, and trust needs to be earned. Understand something, this period in time broke the bond between the masculine and the feminine, and this bond is still broken today. This period caused the feminine and masculine energy to no longer be intertwined and harmonious with each other. Trust was broken. Manhood now stood for strength, power, and virility. Femininity was now redefined as beautiful, compliant, and sexually pursued. Our culture has taught us that if you want to be powerful, you must think like a man. Women must speak up. They must no longer shut up if we intend the world to grow up and heal from this imbalance. Women must turn their back on man-made rules and return to nature's law if we wish to have a healthy, balanced future. Women are the canary in the coal mine. As our external environment becomes more chaotic and toxic, more symptoms will arise within women, which the medical system conveniently labels as diseases. And seeing that the medical system is the delivery system for big pharma, every new ill gets a new pill until surgery becomes the cure. Profit before humanity will drive us to extinction. 5,000 years of this mentality has put a heavy toll emotionally and physically on humanity, as we see in all systems and sectors in what the majority blindly call civilization. There is nothing civilized about this society today. Absolutely. Almost nothing. This contamination of profit before people is found in all systems, but it is most prevalent in the medical system. This is evident when we look at how female medical health professionals and their female patients are not treated with respect, but rather mistreated, disrespected. Even to this day, female physicians continue to face a myriad of challenges in medicine from this manhandling indoctrination, ranging from implicit bias to gaps in payment and promotion to sexual harassment. So it's not surprising, though it's still appalling, that this continues today, even though equal numbers of men and women now graduate from medical school. Only a small fraction of female physicians become medical leaders. Currently, in the United States, only 3% of healthcare CEOs are women. 6% are department chairs. 9% are division chiefs. And 3% are serving as chief medical officers. Unless we come from a truthful and factual foundation of how the female body really works and what it really needs to be vibrantly healthy, this piggy bank mentality we call healthcare will become our greatest health crisis today, if it isn't already. Listen, the fact is, the medical system is the leading cause of death in North America. How can we support such a system and then blindly call it healthcare? It's sick care. Before we talk about all the unnecessary complications and surgeries that we set women up for to keep big pharma and the medical industry thriving, let's discuss what disease really is on a physical and emotional level. Let's first discuss health on the emotional level, because that's where everything starts and ends. What if we made women feel like they could never be enough, do enough, or be smart enough to look after themselves or their families? Oh, wait a minute. I think we have, haven't we? They have been made to feel responsible for the health and the well-being of all those in their family, and then suffer for anyone and everyone when they're sick, because that's the program. Most women, no matter how hard they try, do not understand what real health looks like, feels like, or tastes like. But this is not any fault of their own, because we have all been given a health manual of deception sprinkled with threads of truth to navigate our family's daily health. But women certainly know what guilt looks like and feels like. For no matter how they pour their hearts into their families, good health always seems to be just out of their reach. Whatever happened to self-healing? Whatever happened to self-love? What if women were given a health manual based on BS to look after their body? Yeah, BS, otherwise dysfunctional belief systems. Big Pharma has made it their business to manipulate the female body for big profit since the 1900s. Why don't you read Medical Mafia in the Doc of Detox library and then tell me I'm wrong? Look, if we look at the majority of women the diseases they have, and the surgeries they get, then you quickly grow to realize they have not just been manipulated, but sold off by the pound. So, this health manual that almost every woman uses for their health and their family's health is contaminated with dysfunctional BS, and everything it touches becomes compromised and corrupted. Understand, you are the light that the world is searching for. You are the light for humankind. 3, 2, 1. Unleash your feminine power.